Hello ladies and gentlemen, and it's me again, Ruffsack, and I'm just doing another small commentary on a couple of things I wanted to mention. First of all, this gameplay goes out to NZ Jumpstyle. He's also known as Softy. He's one of the guys I play Combat Arms, or used to play Combat Arms with, and he asked for some AR footage, and what I've got here is my first proper full game using the T3AK. I have used this gun in passing just by picking it up or whatnot, but this is my first full proper game using the weapon and adjusting to it and just getting used to it. It's not a very busy game, but one of those games where I run around hunting people. I think there was about 5 or 6 aside, and not a bad little game that I had. A few little noobish errors that I make, but you know what? Like I said, I'm still learning, getting to grips with the game, and enjoying the hell of it. And yeah, having a lot of fun. So the other thing I wanted to talk about was I finally ordered some recording. I like this kill. Love the jump downs. Getting some decent recording apparatus, basically. So I was looking at what's cost effective for myself, and I've decided on the Roxio Game Capture, which is basically a unit that plugs from the PS3 between your PS3 and your TV, and then that has a USB running from the device itself into your computer, and you can record the information. It comes with software and whatnot. So I've ordered that. I've ordered any additional stuff that I've needed. All up, it's costing me about $70, which isn't too bad. It's not the highest quality, like it's not high def, but it's a start, and it will obviously look a lot better than the footage that you're looking at right now. So I think it should definitely be an improvement on just the footage that I can provide, and then hopefully I can improve on my gameplay, and then you'll have nice footage, nice gameplay, and some reasonable commentary. I'll also look at making like snippets, little montages, I guess, bits of games, and throw them together. Particularly still enjoying using the C4, so maybe a little few C4 montages, and blowing up vehicles, you know, lobbing C4 up into little spaces where the people, just little things like that. And it should be a lot of fun. Nice triple. So yeah, today was a interesting day of gaming. All the busy games that I got into, I was pretty much stuck on a red bar. Now, sometimes when I play with the red bar, I have no problems whatsoever hitting people. But in the majority of the cases when I'm playing red bar against guys that are all green or even yellow, I do struggle. I struggle to pull people down. Looks like it's as if I'm seeing things late, and it can be quite painful. But in saying that, you know, it's I still have a lot of fun. But the games that I do find, like these ones, there's a C4 kill, kaboom. They're usually smaller games, so 6-on-6, sometimes 7-on-7, which I don't mind so much, but on some of the maps it's just it's a little bit too much. Like, it's just maybe sometimes a little bit too big, and if you get somebody that's got the tank or got the helicopter, and your team doesn't really have any of that stuff, then you can be in for a lot of trouble. So, what else can I talk about? Let me talk about the T3AK. I don't mind this gun at all. I don't think the recoil is that bad, to be honest. I was expecting it to be a lot worse from things that I had heard. I also unlocked the XM10, I think it is, and I used that today, and that just feels like a giant POS to me. Like, honestly, like, it's a nice kill. I couldn't get into that gun at all, whereas this one, I was really enjoying it. Now, I think I was running Ghost and Tactical Reload And what's the other one I was running? I think it's pretty much the same as what I was running on my SMG class. I obviously hadn't unlocked the silencer because the weapon was still hardly used, so I hadn't unlocked any of the attachments that I want to use. It's the scopes I find on this gun, even just from picking up in the past, are not needed because the iron sights are just really nice, really enjoyable gun. And I had a few games later on today with the silencer on it, and yeah, I had a lot of fun staying under the radar and hammering people. Now this and the Super V, probably two of my most favourite guns now. I mean, I've only just started using this weapon, but it is a lot of fun. But I still find for the situations that I get into, which are usually low to mid range, the SMG is probably still a better choice for me. And for my style of gameplay, I just need those bullets getting pumped out. The longer range stuff I still struggle with. But you know what? I guess in the coming months with gameplay and whatnot, I can improve on all of that and get to grips with shooting things over long distances. I could always probably slap an ACOG on top, but like I said, when I get up close and I zoom in on the ACOG, I really struggle with the crosshairs filling up the screen. It's not really something that I enjoy a hell of a lot. So I like to look down the sights, have a nice clean view, and just work it out for myself. So yeah, I really like these hunting games. Like, maybe not on this map, like Cul-de-sac, it's a lot of fun. Some of the slightly bigger maps, it's a little bit of a drama, but overall it's I have a really good time. So once I start recording some reasonable footage, I'm just curious, you know, if you guys want to leave any comments or not, it's totally up to you, I don't mind, but what you would like to see from me when I can actually dump out there some good footage. Is it commentaries that you're interested in? Do you find the commentaries boring? Do you find them lacking in some respect and they just need improving? Because if they do, let me know. I just do it as an enjoyable thing. If I get a good game down and I happen to record it, hello. Yeah, sometimes I like to slap some music on it, or maybe do a commentary if I've got something to talk about, and see how we go from there. I like to do a game, hopefully get a reasonable game under my belt with the M4 with the silencer, because I actually really enjoy using that. It's got a really nice fire rate, and the damage obviously isn't as high as the T3, but you've got that good fire rate, and I really seem to do quite well with it. It's not a gun that I struggle with, whereas the XM10 I definitely struggle with. The burst fire weapons like the what is it, the Scarlight and the M16, because I do that low to mid range, I tend to struggle. I've seen other guys use them at those ranges and do exceptionally well from above. But sorry, watching the footage while doing the commentary, and I'm sort of watching myself and seeing all the mistakes I make and some of the little nice things that I do. Dodging a helicopter here. But yeah, so what do you want to see from me? Do you want to see commentaries? Do you want to see montages? I guess the thing with a montage is that anyone can piece together good runs that they have from different games. Like, you can do that. You can make yourself look like a much better player than you are. That's one of the reasons that I like to, not only on this game, but I used to do the same thing on Combat Arms, was try and post up a full game so you can see the highs and lows of the game, not just all the good stuff, because sometimes it's you can appreciate a player a lot more that way. It's not about sort of trying to big note yourself or anything like that, but it's a full game gives you a feel for what the player's like, and yeah, like, I'm here to have fun, and not worry about my score. Speaking of score, I think I go 27-7 with this one, which for me was bloody unreal, especially with getting to grips with the new gun. I was trying not to go full auto all the time, but I guess from using the SMG, it's something when I get up close to something, I just tend to spray like crazy. I found when I burst with this gun a little bit more, I tend to do a lot better. Off the hip, or from the hip, that's the other perk I'm using. Just came to me then watching that. I was looking at some of the other ones and what would make using an AR a little bit better for me, like being able to aim down the sights quicker. Not really that big an issue, and having the less recoil is another option, but I think I prefer to use Ghost and have a nice quick reload and to be able to fire off the hip over those things. You can control the recoil with most weapons once you get to know them, and so I'll blow this up just in case they decide to get back in it. But yeah, so it's basically the same setup that I use for my SMGs. I'm using it for my ARs, and I tried some of the other perks, and I found that these still work best for me. I'm not really sure whether that's just like a placebo effect, where I just think that's the case. Maybe you guys could suggest to me what the best setup for using this particular weapon, the T3, is. Always open to suggestions and ideas on how to improve. Got the C4 on, but couldn't pull the trigger, unfortunate. Yeah, on how to improve any of the stuff that I do. I've been sound like a douche. Been developing a little class of my own, which is sort of dedicated to some of my favourite online commentators, and there's 3 or 4 whose videos that I watch quite regularly, and I've basically dedicated one of the slots as a class that sort of covers them all in some respect. Not completely, like not. I don't know how to describe it. I'll have to make a video and show you guys exactly what I mean. But it's basically dedicated to 4 commentators, and I've taken a little bit from each of them and put it into a class. And I've been playing with it a few games. Few games I've done well, other games I haven't. But it's one of those setups where it's for fun. So if I don't do well, it doesn't matter, because I know at the end of the day that, you know, I'm having a good time. Close game there. We only just lost. But as you can see there, I got 27-7 with 1 assist. And I think I also came first on the leaderboard. So overall it was a pretty good game for me. So if you guys enjoyed this, if you didn't, please let me know. Take the time to leave a comment, rate, subscribe, share it with your friends, whatever you wish. And hopefully very soon I will have some very nice footage out there for you, and not this crummy iPhone footage. And yeah, I will catch you guys on the other side. Thanks for watching. Take care.